Hello, everybody. Hey, this is Theron again with InDesign Mode, coming in with your weekly astro forecast. If you're listening to this on the 14th, I am extending my happy Valentine to you. I hope you're having the day you intend to have on Valentine. And let's get into the forecast. So overall, Uranus and in Taurus, it will be squaring Saturn in Aquarius. So there is some tension that you may feel, wanting to change, wanting to, yeah, change. And I don't want to use the word disrupt, but not in a negative way, but just break out of a mode, that type of disruption, break out of the break out of a rut, break out of a box that you seem to feel like you're confined in. Where Saturn is there, that Saturn doesn't mind change, but when it's squaring, it's going to put up blocks in your way that you're going to have to work through in order to create the change. So you may feel frustrated, you may feel some tension, and that's excuse me, that's probably where it's coming from, depending on where Taurus and Aquarius is in your chart. Mars will be in a sextile to Neptune, which will bring on a sense of a real sense of a drive or some energy around helping someone, serving someone, and yeah, that energy may show up for you through this week. By February the 18th, the sun goes into Pisces. It'll be at 0 degrees Pisces on the 18th. And Mercury retrograde will be at 11 degrees on the 18th as well. And it will stay there until it stations direct on February the 21st. And then after that, you'll start seeing it go into back to 12, 13. The degrees will start to build, and it will start traveling back over all of the planets that it just reversed over. So we're going to have some of that energy repeat itself. And it's called the shadow period. All right. So start of the week on Sunday, the moon goes into Aries. So you may be feeling a bit spontaneous and direct. You know what you want, and you know how you want to have it, or you know how to go and get it. So if you are you do have a Valentine, you may be like very upfront and vocal about what it is that you want today. Mercury in retrograde is conjunct to Jupiter, so you may be expanding on how you think and how you're communicating. You may be in a sense of pushing the envelope to see where you can expand something and where you can make something grow in a good optimistic way. It's not really to cause problems. That is not the intent. It's just to have people to see things beyond their normal. And you have Mars that is going to be in sextile with Neptune, I mentioned as an overall. And just like Aries, Mars have that drive and that energy to take action. And so with it being in a sextile with Neptune, which is a good they like each other when it's a sextile. They're working well with each other when they're in a sextile. And what this may be generating though is a intuitive drive to serve people. Um, you may want to fix other people's problems right now. And the caution is that number one, make sure that your advice or your fixing is actually something that has been asked for, like someone has asked for your help. You don't want to give unwanted advice. Usually that will cause a problem. Also understand Neptune, as much as it is for servicing people, is also can bring about confusion. So understand also that you might not have the full picture. You might not be clear on what is really needed. So before you jump right in with that urge to fix, make sure that you know exactly what you're trying to fix and talk to the person that you're trying to help and see where they really need help. That'll help the relationship and all that's involved, okay? And then the moon in Aries will be conjunct Chiron. So this may drive you, if you're really influenced by the moon, it may drive you into some deep healing. It might bring up some traumas and everything that you may have touched on, but not really put your full focus in, and it may make you put that focus into that trauma to generate the healing. Because remember, with Chiron, what we heal, we also help other people heal from. So that the moon being in Aries may trigger something in that area for you. And then with Mercury in the retrograde, is also conjunct Venus. And so you may be coming out very charming. And so if you think about it, Mercury is conjunct Venus and is conjunct Jupiter. So you can probably sell ice to a what no, sell a red boat in some swampland. You probably are coming off charming. You can really show people like the big dream. And you can articulate it where they're actually like drawn to what you're saying. So that's a lot of power to have. That is a lot of power to have. And so I will say use it wisely, and you know, you know, use it for good. That's all I want to say. All right. So okay, midweek, the moon in Aries will square Pluto in Capricorn. This will give you the drive to burn some bridges. The moon in Aries have this bringing about energy, spontaneity, directness, and then Pluto brings on transformation, the need to let something die in order for something to be born, to be birthed, to grow. So you may want to burn some bridges, which is fine. Some bridges have to be burned, but I will throw caution that you really think it through before you actually burn the bridge. Just think it through like anything else before you may take action. Mars will be squaring Venus. The word that comes to mind is lust. That feeling you have when you see somebody that you're attracted to and you really want them, and that drive to go after them is certainly there. And just understand you may or may not be met with that same energy. So again, proceed with caution. And then Mars is in trine with Pluto. This is also a drive, just like the moon, to burn bridges, to let something die, to go ahead and like identify what that is. And like I said, let it go ahead and die so something can be birthed. I will say, be cautious not to become obsessive about it. I want you to think it through, but don't obsess too hard about it, because that's the shadow side of Pluto, that you can get into some sort of obsession. Okay. So, by Wednesday, or on Wednesday, the moon moves into Taurus. Now, on Wednesday, again, with frustrations that could arise, Taurus likes stability. Taurus likes self-care. Taurus likes to, they don't like to rock the boat too much. They kind of just like things to be easy. They kind of like their comfort zone. Well, the moon in Taurus will be conjunct Uranus. It will be in a square with Saturn, and it will also be in a square with Mercury. So as much as you may want to things to go back to normal, if you will, you're not quite there yet, Taurus. Just Uranus being there alone and Mars being there alone, both of them are disrupting, making you make some changes and doing some things that you probably rather just have not. You probably want to just take it easy, and they're not allowing you to do so. And then with the square, so just pack your patience. Try to like think before you speak, and you'll get through the week, and you'll get through this time period, and you're going to be better for it if you actually take on the lessons that this whole time period is giving you. Okay. Then towards the end of the week, February 18th, the sun goes 0 degrees in Pisces. So that's good. Can't wait for the Pisces to see what the Pisces energy is going to bring. That will also leave Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, and Saturn in Aquarius. All right. And then speaking of Mercury, on the 18th, it will be in 11 degrees. It will stay at 11 degrees until February 21st, and that's when it's going to go direct. And as it moves direct, it's going to go over all the planets that are left in Aquarius, and that will be our Mercury retrograde shadow period. And that will last up until March the 16th, when Mercury enters into Pisces. All right. And then for Friday, the moon enters Gemini. And I ended the forecast at Friday because Saturday is not much different than the rest of the week. The energy really, the only shift in energy that will change is the moon being in Gemini. And with that, you're going to have an energy, you're going to feel like some high energy, and you're going to be high off of information. Gemini love their information. They love receiving it, and they love giving it out. So that might be a day where you take in some things that, you go after. I want to like research and take in some new information, and yeah, some new ideas will kind of emerge, and new way of communicating. Something new could spark from the moon going into Gemini. So I hope this helps. Please comment below your feedback, and I hope this gets you through the week and some ideas of some highlights of what to expect. And I will see you all next week. And also we'll be putting in the card readings for this week. You will also see that there too. Okay, take care. Bye.